This weekend marks the 6th-year anniversary of the disappearance of NDSU freshman Tom Bearson, who was found dead days later in a parking lot of a Moorhead RV sales lot.
A death certificate filed late last year listed asphyxiation as Bearson's cause of death. And while Moorhead investigators tell Valley News Live's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley there are still many unanswered questions, they are closer to solving this case than they've ever been before.
No motive, no suspects, and still no arrests as another year goes by in the homicide investigation of 18-year-old Tom Bearson.
And we're in a unique situation where there are still many unanswered questions.
And while Jacobson says this case is unusual as answers and suspects tend to come early in investigations, he says Bearson's case is far from going cold.
You know, we're taking this serious and that we haven't put this on a shelf.
Both the Minnesota BCA and the FBI continue to assist Moorhead in the case, and Jacobson says detectives have been re-interviewing people and continue to examine Bearson's large case file.
And now we have a new investigator that is getting his fresh set of eyes, and yet again there continues to be new perspectives and somebody else that's going through and sometimes looking at the same information differently, but also looking at new pieces.
While Bearson's death certificate lists asphyxiation as his cause of death, search warrants filed earlier this week in Bearson's case say Bearson had, quote, extensive post-mortem abrasions on his back and buttocks, which would be consistent with Bearson, quote, being dragged for a distance. Jacobson says his department has no regrets in how this case was initially handled and investigated 6 years ago, and says his team is closer than ever to bringing both the Bearson family and the community closure.
We anticipate that there will be this day where we have the break that we need to have the answers.
In Moorhead, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
We reached out to Bearson's family this morning but did not hear back. If you have any information on this case, you can send your tip in to the Moorhead Police. You can call dispatch 451-7660.